Wow. That episode, though. Oh my god. All right. So, actually, okay. So I'm gonna start off by saying this. I already knew what's gonna happen because I read the books. Oh, holy shit! I'm literally out of breath from that episode. All right, let's get some straight real quick. I already knew what's gonna happen since I read the books. Obviously, I already knew the ending of the fight. I knew the outcome. I knew exactly to the T exactly what was gonna happen. But what happened there was absolutely 100% mind blowing. That says something about that. That I already knew it was gonna happen, but it was still mind blowing. Whoever directed this episode had that shit completely 100% on point. Like, and I mean to the T, everything was perfect. It perfectly showed that Oberyn at any point could have killed the Mountain. At any point, Oberyn could have been like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to kill this guy right here, right now, and that's it. He's done. He could have done that at any time. But instead, he chose to be cocky, and it completely just ruined him, and he's clearly dead now because of it. Oh my god, that was insanely amazing. Wow, wow. I honestly like, damn, how he stuck his fingers in his eyes, and he just got his fingers in there, and and Overend was yelling the whole time like, oh, stop, like, oh my god, it was just complete. It far surpassed all my expectations. Like, that was too insanely well done. Well, like, the acting was amazing, the fight scene was amazing, and holy shit, okay, this should give you a good idea of how good it was. I was genuinely scared. I was afraid watching that. I was like, I just literally could not even, like, oh my, okay, so for my good and for you guys' good, I'm going to start from the beginning of the episode instead of fanboying and telling you how scary that was and how much I want to cry right now, because oh my god, that was freaking absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Wow. Holy shit. Alright, so let's get started. Let's go from the top. But just give me like 20 seconds to breathe real quick, because I literally just got done. The episode ended 4 minutes ago, and holy shit. Oh my god, no way. Like, I cannot. I read it, I read the books, and I still cannot believe what happens. What the actual fuck. Okay, so, alright, okay, good. I'm done fanboying, whatever the hell you want to call it, and I'm ready to go over this episode for real. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna say is the wildlings is when the wildlings attacked Molestown. Now, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say about that. Sam, I just want to reinforce. Okay, just telling you guys right real quick. I love Sam. I love Sam's character. I love him. He's a nice dude, sweet guy. You know, he wants the best. He's one of the people who genuinely wants the best. He wants the best for himself, the Night's Watch, John, Gilly. He wants the best for everybody. But his decision making, I love Sam. Just saying again, his decision making is shit. Really, really bad decision making. Why the hell would you send her? Okay, first of all, disregard the wildling attack. Just disregard it. Act like it never happened. Does that make sending her to Molestown a good idea? No. That was a stupid idea. Why? First of all, let's just look at the positives of having her in the Night's Watch, with them protecting her. Okay, if she is in the Night's Watch, if she's in Castle Black, she has literally hundreds of warriors just that want nothing, that are just protecting the facility in itself. You have a steady supply of food, a steady supply of just steady supplies coming in, and you're very, very well off. His fear of her getting raped was totally irrational. okay, sure, you have rapists, you have thieves, you have people that don't follow the law. Basically, you have a bunch of scumbags at the wall. But the fact remains that they're all brothers of the Night's Watch. Let's say someone decides to rape Gilly, okay? First of all, put her in a place where she's safe in Castle Black. Second of all, if someone does decide to try something, you can protect her yourself. Why would you send someone away from yourself for them to be protected? She has no friends in Molestown, no one that gives a rat's ass about her, so why are you going to send her there in the first place? So, Sam, love you, dude, but that was a really stupid decision, and it showed. I mean, honestly, if anything went wrong there, let's say someone else walked into that building other than Egret, who for some reason decided to have mercy. Let's say someone else, by the way, I think that was really out of Egret's character to spare Gilly. But let's say someone else walked in there, she would have been dead. So Sam, that was really, really stupid decision. But other than that, yeah, let's talk about how Egret spared Gilly when she found her and the baby. I guess it kind of is good. Like, I'm not, like, I didn't want Gilly to die, but that's out of Egret's character. The point of Egret's character is to show that she is literally, like, basically a one of the toughest wildlings, but she's a woman. I don't think Martin in the book. But by the way, this didn't happen in the books. This whole Molestown attack thing didn't happen in the books, where Gilly was in danger. I think Sam in the books was a lot smarter because he wouldn't have just sent her there haphazardly when he knows that wildlings are in the area. But on another note, I really don't think it was in character for Egret. I think Egret, if it was how Martin intended it to be and that scene happened, I think Egret would have definitely killed Gilly and the baby, because Egret is not supposed to show mercy. And as you saw in that scene, Egret's very pissed off right now. She just had Jon run away from her. She wants to kill Jon with a burning passion. She hates Jon. She basically hates everyone. She's just really, right now, Jon's leaving turned Egret into a bloodthirsty just killer right now. And I think her sparing Gilly was really out of character. Anyways, next scene. And I'm still hyperventilating from the Oberyn scene. Holy shit, that was scary. But, okay, so then we go to the Night's Watch. Basically, Sam's just crying about how he thinks Gilly's dead. Really nothing really to go over in that scene. The only thing I want to go over from the scene with Sam and the others from the Night's Watch and Jon was the fact that, note, guys, the season finale is most likely going to be the battle at Castle Black. Now, I already know what's going to happen. I already know how it's going to go down. But let me just tell you guys this. If you guys thought this episode was good, if you guys liked Oberyn versus the Mountain, next episode, you guys are going to be literally just, dead from just overhype. I don't want to, hype you guys too much about this, but it's going to be an insane episode, next episode. So be ready for that. This episode, compared to next episode, this episode is going to be, I'm not going to say it's going to be bad, but it's going to be, you guys are just going to really, really enjoy the next episode. But yeah, the Night's Watch, they have 102 people versus 100,000 people. Now, if you can't get a good idea of what this is, basically for every one person on the Night's Watch, for them to actually win the battle, every Night's Watch soldier has to kill 1,000 people. Okay? So Jon Snow personally has to kill 1,000 people. Sam, only Sam has to kill 1,000 people. Granted, every single Night's Watch soldier has to kill 1,000 people for them to actually win. So and they're trapped. They cannot leave the wall. They're basically entrapped inside of their Castle Black. So, yeah, you guys can only imagine right now the scale of that battle, how intense and insane it's going to be. But I'm not going into that anymore. Now we're going to the scene with Grey Worm and Missandei. Now, I've been saying for the whole season how I've been waiting for some fan service. I've been waiting, just waiting patiently for some good fan service. And I think it was last episode, I hit rock bottom, and I just said to myself, I was I really think this season's going to be the absolute worst in terms of fan service. But Missandei, her body, oh my god, Missandei's body was absolutely stunning. I looked during that scene. I looked exactly like Grey Worm. Grey Worm came out of the water. First of all, Daenerys making men and women bathe at the same time with no kind of boundary, like just right across from each other. Come the hell on, dude. That's torture. They're unsullied, so apparently they're not supposed to feel these feelings, but Grey Worm did. Dude, I looked exactly like Grey Worm during that scene. Grey Worm was like, his head was coming out of the water. He was like, oh my god, she's fucking amazing. I was sitting on my couch like, holy shit. She looks stunning. And I was just like, oh my god. But yeah, very good fan service. So when Daenerys was talking about Grey Worm, she's like, do they cut off the pillar and the stones? I was just like, just say dick and balls. Daenerys, come on, just say it. Just say it once. But I don't know if they use those. They actually do. Yeah, they do use those terms in Westeros. Anyways, whatever. Off topic. But, damn, though. Holy hell. The fan service in the scene was amazing. But all that happens in the scene, basically the main point of this, honestly, I'm not even going to lie, the whole point of this, the first part with Grey Worm and Missandei, was to waste time for the Oberyn and Mountain fight. Tell me you guys weren't looking at your clocks, weren't looking at your phones or whatever, like, it's getting to the end of the episode. What the hell, is there going to be the fight this episode? Anyways, I'm not talking about the fight yet because I'm going to, like, faint or something, because that shit was insane. We're going to get to that at the end. But the main thing that I got out of this is I was like, when Grey Worm and Missandei were talking when they were in that the Stone Steps room, I was wondering to myself how it's true that, like, Missandei's like, being cut, like him being cut at birth was bad, but he's like, if I was cut, I wouldn't be here right now. So I mean, it kind of makes sense. While it was bad for the Unsullied to be cut at birth, most of them would probably be dead if they didn't become Unsullied. So at the same time, whatever. Let's just not get too deep into that. Now, Theon going to conquer Moat Cailin is what came next. Now, Theon's mission was a pretty safe mission because no matter what, the Ironborn that were in the castle could not kill Theon. That's the thing about Game of Thrones because if you guys weren't thinking about it, any old person, like, I could go into, maybe not me, but anyone could go into Moat Cailin and be like, you know, I'm Theon Greyjoy, and lie about it, and they have absolutely no way of testing if the person's really Theon Greyjoy or not. So whether they believed him or not, they couldn't kill him just because of the off chance that he was Theon Greyjoy. But the reason that these people actually believed him wholeheartedly was, first of all, because of hope. Like, the commander himself was very, very iffy, and he eventually didn't want to do it. But these people, like, the one thing I don't like about the show, it didn't go into great depth, or it couldn't, to describe the bad conditions inside Moat Cailin at the time. So basically what was going on, basically that situation is the Ironborn took over that fort, that moat, whatever you want to call it. And they were holding a stronghold, but they could not hold off Bolton's army. They could not hold off the armies that were fighting them any longer. They were basically stuck inside the fort. They couldn't leave because the army would have got chased down. And there was disease inside the fort, the moat, or whatever you want to call it. So there was literally the guy that was coughing up blood. He wasn't the only one. A lot of people in there were hit by disease, and above all, these people just wanted to go home. So the fact that the Boltons were smart enough to think, like, these people are desperate, they will really accept the terms of the offer if we send Theon in here and we make him promise that they'll get safe passage home. They basically were so just fed up with living in there with disease and famine and no food, and they were going to die anyways, that they were just like, you know what, screw it. We need to get out of here. So they trusted Theon, and it bit them in the ass. Oh, my God. To think that the captain actually had the right idea. To think that that guy actually knew. He's like, something's wrong here. Theon, this is weird. But his men killed him. Ironborn are ruthless. Like, even to their own commanders, Ironborn don't even care. Anyways, next part. We're getting there, guys. We're almost there. Oh my gosh. All right. Now we are at the Peter Baelish Sansa part. All right. So basically, this just showed Sansa's lying skills. Sansa learned to lie from the best. She learned to lie from Peter Baelish, and that paid off. It paid off a lot. She was able to convince the Lords and Ladies of the Vale. I like how they conducted it, though. The Lords and Ladies of the Vale made sure Peter and Sansa did not meet. But I'm not sure, actually, if Peter... I actually do not think that Peter told Sansa what to say. I think that Sansa... The point of this scene was that Sansa's learning pretty much from the best how to lie. She lied perfectly there. And thought of the most logical situation, thought of what Peter probably told them, and profited from it. And she helped them both escape. And that little... When Sansa was hugging, and it threw... over the back, she looked at Peter Baelish, and they gave each other that look like, yeah, we did it, we made it, and I was just laughing at that part. But anyways, so now we get to the point with Jorah Mormont. Jorah. This is probably going to be one of the most controversial parts of this episode. Why did Jorah do what he did? And this is one of those situations where Jorah initially came to Daenerys as a spy. He initially came to take down Daenerys, to basically nail back information to Varys. You know how Varys has the little spiders? Varys has the little birds or whatever that he gets information from. Jorah Mormont was one of them. He was employed as one of Varys' ears in Pentos. So what happened was, he's been spying this whole time, but he eventually developed feelings for Daenerys, so he kept on serving her. But the problem was that when he was still in service to Varys, this letter was mailed from Varys over to Jorah. But the horrible thing about this is, instead of it getting to Jorah in a timely manner, it was it arrived very late, and the person that gave it to them gave it to Barristan and not Jorah. And I still think Jorah's kind of stupid for not at least making sure he got his letter, or at least thinking up a good excuse, because he really looked like an idiot when Daenerys was questioning him, like, why'd you do it? When did you do it? Were you spying on me? He really didn't know what to say. He was just at a loss for words. And then he stupidly... Okay, let's say this real quick. I don't hate Jorah Mormont. I do not hate the dude. But why the hell did he ruin it? He said he loved her. Now, Daenerys is mad at you. She's the queen. Basically, she holds the power to do anything she wants to you. And she's clearly very, very angry at you. Saying you love her at that point, after she found out you spied on her, will not change it. You better try to, instead of declaring your love, which you're not allowed to do towards a queen, like Daenerys said, saying you love your queen when you're serving them is basically gets you beheaded. Like, you will die for that. So saying that did not help the situation. That was basically basically in that situation, I'll give you an example. Him saying that he loved her was pretty much like him questioning her authority. Like, you're the queen, she lords over him, but he still has the balls in that situation to say he loves her. Oh my god, he did not think that out very well. But yeah, he did it for that one. He got exiled, basically. But I do have to admire how Barristan came to Jorah, and he's like, I'm telling you this man-to-man, before I go to Daenerys, I'm telling you this, get what you need to say ready, whatever you want to say, ready it up right now, because I'm giving you fair warning before, because Barristan could have screwed him over really bad. Imagine if instead of showing the letter to Jorah first, Barristan took it straight to Daenerys, and Jorah would not have known anything that's going on. And when he was brought up, he would have looked like even bigger of a fool. But yeah, I do think that her banishing Jorah was a bit much, because I don't think his loyalty was really under question, honestly. He was the most loyal, I think, after Barristan, I would say. He was the most loyal out of everyone that served her. So I think it was a little bit harsh, but at the same time, I can't even, like, fault Daenerys. If you find out one of your really, like, good things, your closest, your best friend, he was in the best friend zone. He wasn't even in the friend zone, like people say. He was in the best friend zone. If you find out your best friend spied on you at one point in time, you'll be very, very hurt. So Daenerys is pretty much justified doing what she did, although I think it was a bit harsh. Now, we're getting to it, guys. 3 more scenes until the scene. But the next scene is going to be Roose Bolton and Ramsay Bolton. Now we're getting to their their conversation, their talk. That was sweet as hell. Like, a lot of people don't like the Boltons. I'm not a big Bolton fan either, but that conversation touched me, man. She's like, Ramsay, you are no longer like you are no longer Ramsay Snow. He's like, what do you mean, Father? What do you mean? Even though Ramsay's like a maniac, he respects Roose, and I respect that he respects Roose. But Roose gave him the letter. He's like, I'm not worthy. He got on his knees like, I'm not worthy, Father. I'll uphold your name to the end of time. And he just like, yo, that was sweet. That was a sweet scene. That touched me. That was touching. All right, so after that, oh yeah, and another important thing to note that it was kind of well, it wasn't really brushed aside, but I was just anticipating the fight scene so much. But basically the point of that scene was to show that Roose Bolton wants to conquer the entire North. That's all it is. He just wants to conquer the whole entire North. That's it. Okay. So another thing I want to say really quick, we had a small scene where Peter asked Sansa, do you think you know me? And Sansa said to him, I know what you want. Sansa, don't be stupid. You have no idea what this man wants. I don't think Sansa, okay, she's not, she doesn't, I just dislike, it's like a little gripe I have. Sansa has no idea what Peter Baelish wants. Unless she thinks that he's going for the Iron Throne or for, world domination. I don't think she has any idea. She just tried to sound cool. Granted, it did sound cool, but Sansa, you have no idea what Peter Baelish wants. No one knows what Peter Baelish wants. He wants chaos. He wants... Yeah, you don't know. You don't know Sansa. Now, let's get to the second scariest scene of the episode. You guys know what the scariest one was, but let's get to the second scariest one. This was the Arya Stark scene. When Arya and the Hound were walking towards the Eerie, they're walking towards it, and the Hound spoke to the guard. He was like, I'm here with Arya Stark to give her to Lysa Arryn, her own flesh and blood. And the guard's like, Lysa Arryn passed away 3 days ago. Arya's laugh was freaking scary. If that didn't scare you, you are, I don't even know. Dude, that laugh that Arya did was fucking scary as hell. There's no other way to explain that laugh. That laugh was insane. That shit, my heart was racing. I'm like, Arya? What? Arya? No, oh my, that was scary. That was scary. I never thought any scene in Game of Thrones would creep me out that much. That was just creepy as hell. Anyways, then we get to Tyrion and Jaime's weird-ass conversation about the Beatles and their cousin, and you know what? Honestly, let's be real. Martin and the directors of Game of Thrones, you put the scene with Tyrion and Jaime in talking about the dude who crushed the Beatles in to stall what came after it. And that is the fucking fight. So let's get to the fight. Let's go from the top. I already knew what was going to happen. I read the books. Now, when Oberyn said to his paramour, "This is not the day I die," I felt happy. I felt so happy. I was like, this isn't the day he dies. Oh my gosh. I had no idea. Well, actually, okay, I had an idea, but what came after just completely... Oberyn, too damn cocky. So the fight starts, and Oberyn, first of all, that spearsmanship, that dude was whirling around the spear, and I was just like, yes, man, yes, get him, get him, get him. The Hound came out. The Mountain came out. Big as hell. Ready to kill Oberyn. And Oberyn said to the Mountain at the start of the fight, he said, "Do you know who I am?" And the Mountain said, "Some dead man." And at that point, my heart fell. I was like, no. I was like, no. The memory started rushing back to me of what happened, and I was like, hell no, please no. At least it won't be as bad as it was in the books, in the show. That's what I said to myself. I was wrong as fuck. I was very, very wrong. Oberyn started being the Mountain. the Mountain got a few good hits in on Oberyn, but it was nothing. Like, he got one hit, like, I think it was like 3 hits in all that sent Oberyn, like, flying. But Oberyn was so fast, so agile, so quick. It was clear who was the better fighter. Oberyn was a better fighter than the Mountain by miles. He dodged pretty much every hit except a few hits. He slashed him down. He slashed his tendon, like his ankle. He stabbed him in the stomach. I mean, he like nicked him in the neck. Things were looking really bright for Oberyn Martell. It was looking like a normal day for Oberyn Martell, just kicking some ass, man. That's all he was doing, kicking some ass, just beating them up, like he learned in whatever spear school. By the way, if you guys didn't like the video yet, go ahead and like it so we can get more people in here and ask them questions. Because after I finish this scene, I'm gonna answer all the questions. But Oberyn was doing really, really well. I was genuinely like feeling nice about it. And then he started saying the line, and this line stuck in my head. It stuck in my head. He's like, "You killed her, you raped her, he said you raped her, you murdered her, you killed her children." Oberyn in the books and in the show kept repeating this line. He wanted the Mountain to feel remorse. He wanted the Mountain to know he did wrong. He kept on saying, "You killed her, you murdered her, no, you raped her, you murdered her, you killed her children." He kept on saying that. You raped her, you murdered her, you killed her children, again and again and again. When the Mountain initially fell to the ground, Tyrion and me, we were thinking the same thing. I was like, kill him. Just kill him. Just kill him. Tyrion, you saw look at Tyrion, on Tyrion's face. Tyrion's like, dude, trust me, just kill this guy. Just kill this guy. Because the Mountain seemingly was unable to move. Seemingly. He was on the ground. He could definitely not stand up anymore. But Oberyn even said this. He's like, no, you're not dying on me yet. Oberyn wanted to keep the Mountain alive so he could apologize. Oberyn was way too prideful and way too stupid. He didn't know, okay, no matter how much you tortured the Mountain, he would not have said that. He would not have apologized ever. Just kill him, man. Just kill the Mountain. Honestly, just kill him. No need to do all that BS where you make him say. He's not going to say it. He's not going to apologize. He's not going to say sorry. Nothing you can say to this man, this huge mountainous. He's called the freaking Mountain. You cannot convince him. No way in the world you're convincing him to apologize to you. It's just not happening. But Oberyn kept on just saying, say it. You raped her. You murdered her. You killed her children. And the whole time, I'm just like crying to myself. I'm like, no, please no. Like, this is not happening. And then it happened. Oberyn walked a little too close to the Mountain. The Mountain quickly just knocked Oberyn off his feet, grabbed him by the neck, and he punched him once in the head. Now, this punch knocked out. You guys, this should show how strong the Mountain is. Like I said last week, you can't even, in a fight with the Mountain, you cannot let him get in contact with you. The hit from the Mountain knocked pretty much all Oberyn's teeth out, like pretty much all of them, and it definitely like dazed him out because all the Mountain did threw him to the ground. And let me tell you, this scene will give me nightmares. This scene 100% is going to give me nightmares. I cannot believe, like, I absolutely cannot believe this happened. Like, I read it, but I still can't believe it. He threw him on the ground. He put his hands in his eyes, and he just pressed down. And Oberyn the whole time was screaming for mercy. He was just screaming. He was just yelling at the top of his lungs. Like, he literally was just yelling for help. And, oh my God, after the Mountain pins you down, there's no getting up. And he just, oh my, Oberyn's screams just made me like, he was such a cool character. He was definitely one of my favorite characters. But the pride, man. The pride, the arrogance, the confidence to the point of stupidity. He was too cocky, too confident in his own abilities. And while his abilities were greater than the Mountain's, like, you cannot play around. It's trial by battle. You're fighting for someone else's life. You're fighting for your own life. You need to, like, stop trying to get justice for the dead by making him apologize and just kill the Mountain, dude. But oh man, the Mountain, he wanted them out. Wow. It was a very, very, very well done scene, honestly. A very, very well done scene. It was scary as hell. Like, Oberyn screams and how the mountain, like, pretty much, like, completely, like, he just made Oberyn's head explode, like, cave in. Just by pressing. He pretty much ripped his skull in half. Like, that was just an amazingly well done scene. Props. I actually want to thank Martin. I want to thank the directors too. Like, this scene was amazing. It was just totally amazing and mind blowing. Like, oh my god. But that's the episode. Now I'm gonna answer questions. But oh my god, that scene actually scared me. Like, it actually scared me. I've never been that scared from, like, a scene in a movie or a TV show in my life, but that scene was just way too scary, and oh my god. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already liked the video, so we can get more people in here asking questions, and I'm gonna spend the next probably 15 minutes answering questions. Josh Mitchell, I didn't think they'd go there with the eye gouging. I didn't either, dude. That was just so scary, and it was just so freaking well done. And I could literally feel the pain. I felt like my eyes were being gouged, man. Oberyn was a good guy. He was a good man. Oh my goodness. I read this shit, and I still turned away. That was harder to take than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, I agree. This was much better done. I rarely say this, but this scene was much better done than it was in the books. So much better done. Like, that's the thing I like about Game of Thrones in general. Like, all characters are mortal. All characters are exposed to the same sense of danger. At any given moment, any character, main character, side character, like, anyone can die from anything. Like, you just always have to be ready. It's crazy. I missed the beginning of this stream. Did you enjoy the episode? I think it was good. I thought it was amazing. In my opinion, this is the best episode of Game of Thrones yet. This is literally the best episode of Game of Thrones yet that has ever come out. This episode, just everything about it. That fight was just way too much. I knew it was gonna happen, but it was still way too much. The flashy brown, why? Yeah, dude, just why, man? Just why? Oh my god. Pubix Cube 27. Fuck you, Zaladin. Why didn't you warn me? I couldn't, man. This is one of those scenes where even if you were spoiled for it, you weren't ready for what was going to happen in the episode. I have some friends who actually did get spoiled by, like, comment sections and stuff. But you can never be ready for that episode. Like, what happened there, you will never be ready for it. It was way too much. It was way too much. Oh my god. Mentally and emotionally scarred I am too. I'm probably going to have nightmares of this episode. Like, just being honest. I'm going to have, like, a lot of nightmares about this. Vaughn1337, Oberyn is retarded. I cannot disagree with you. Oberyn is really stupid for that. I love the man. I love the dude, but oh my goodness. Oberyn, why? He was such a good person, and he was such a good person. Why did that have to happen? Why did it have to happen? Will Sansa and Arya ever meet? I can't tell you. That's a spoiler. I can't tell you if it will or will not happen. It's a spoiler, but yeah. Oh my gosh. But Arya's laugh was scary, but not as scary as the Mountain versus Hound ending scene. That was freaking insane. Oberyn had the Mountain beat. Could have just stabbed him in the face when he was down, and it would have been over. But somehow that meathead is considered top tier. Yeah, he is considered top tier. Oberyn is literally up there with the best fighters in the Game of Thrones verse, in my opinion. He's literally up there with the best fighters. In terms of technique, I think Oberyn could have even, like, matched up with Jaime back when Jaime had both hands. And Jaime's also considered top tier. But yeah, Oberyn, he was way too cocky, man. You just had to talk. You just had to, damn it, man. Ugh, Oberyn, why, man? Honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, I actually shed a tear when I saw that scene. It was too crazy. Pubix Q said her laugh was cute. What are you talking about? Arya's laugh was the least. It was creepy. It scared me. It literally, like, this episode of Game of Thrones should have been considered like a horror episode. Oh, okay. TJ Allender said, hi, just joined. I'm a book reader, but I was really shocked at how Oberyn was killed. Also, it kind of tricked me with Sansa. Didn't know what to expect when she was called up. Yeah, like, they did a really good job. Like, I didn't really go over it that much, but they did a really good job at, like, adding suspense to that scene. Like, I didn't know what Sansa was going to say. They made it look for the longest time like Sansa was going to betray Peter. Like, it was absolutely insane. It was absolutely insane. But yeah, last second they switched it up on us, and Sansa bailed him out, so that was good. How can the Mountain take a spear to the abdomen and still be able to get up? Dude, Jack J, the Mountain is considered, like, almost superhuman. Literally almost superhuman. Like, this guy is huge, like, really, really big. Like, huge-ass dude. And he, like, I don't know, it's just, he's really, really big. He's really, really muscular. And that, like, stab to the abdomen, it wouldn't automatically kill the Mountain. Like, that's the way, that's just his anatomy. The Mountain's anatomy. You can stab him a couple times, like, he'll be down, but, like, after a while he'll be down. Not to mention in a fight there is adrenaline. Like, let's just say I don't think he got out of that fight unscathed, but he got up for a really, really short amount of time to kill Oberyn, and then he fell back down. Oberyn had the match won, but he fucked up, got too cocky. Yeah, agreed, 100%. Oberyn wanted the Mountain to point. Oh, hi, LaDonna. Hi, LaDonna. Oberyn wanted the Mountain to point to time when the Mountain was a pawn. Yeah. He probably, yeah, he wanted the Mountain to like say Tywin's the one that ordered me to do that. Just so Oberyn could later square it out with Tywin what happened. But wow, oh my goodness, that was crazy. Good review, but too much smacking. No eating on the air. I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm too shocked at this episode. Like, I'm way too shocked. Okay, so about this episode, I'm dropping the series. Joking, but the ending though, oh, I cried. Who has the best body now? Okay, let's get to the bottom of this. Best body in Game of Thrones. Before I was saying it was Daenerys, and then it went Missandei. I mean, then it went Marjorie, and then pretty much everyone else. But now we have to make some changes. Missandei takes the spot as the #1 hottest female in Game of Thrones. Missandei takes the cake, 100%, no questions asked. Missandei is hotter than Daenerys. I said it. Don't kill me. I said it. Missandei looks better than Daenerys. That's that. Okay. In the books, Mountain killed the Spectator. Yes, I do remember that. The Mountain, like, I believe he cut the Spectator like in half or something when he missed. I think he like missed Oberyn and he cut the guy in half. I don't remember exactly though. Okay, so I'm so sad right now. I know you're feeling, man. I know exactly how you feel. It was crazy. I know exactly. Anyways, commented great. They killed off Oberyn quicker than Ned Stark. That's a record. Yep, they killed him off real quick. Or better yet, he killed himself off. Oberyn Martell, damn. I was like, shit, dude, wow, not ready. It's stuck in my head. Yep. That scene, I will literally never forget that scene. I will literally never forget that it happened. It was way too insane. We still get more of the Martells after Oberyn's death. Love these guys and the culture. All right, guys. I don't think this is considered a spoiler. I don't think this is actually considered a spoiler, but the Martells will play a very, very, very great role in Game of Thrones. We are going to be introduced to more Martells in the future. We're going to get a lot more of Dorne, and we're going to see a lot more of their culture, their people, and it's going to be really good. So look forward to the next seasons, guys, because it's going to be a really, 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 really nice ride, so to speak. Dude, how you ever fought someone in your life for any reason? If you have, then you know that you will have to want to beat the living shit out of everyone who had something to do with it, and the one who ordered it will get even worse. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I guess it's true, but I don't know, man. I know you're trying to defend Oberyn. Oberyn, like, but the Mountain is not the kind of guy that's going to, like, He's not the kind of guy that's gonna agree. Like, he's not gonna say he wasn't gonna do it. The Mountain is like a mindless pawn of Tywin Lannister. He literally doesn't give a crap about any of this. You have to notice, the Mountain doesn't give a crap about Oberyn, doesn't give a crap about Cersei. He just listens to the royal family's orders and kills people. That's his job. He's not, like, he doesn't even care. So there's no point in trying to convince him to admit to anything. Did Sansa dye her hair? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention that closely. I watched an epic history on Oberyn Martell, and apparently, I can't read that comment. I caught myself. I caught myself. I'm not allowed to tell you. That is considered a spoiler. But you'll see what happens in the aftermath of the battle. There's a lot that's going to happen in the aftermath of this battle. I can safely say the next episode it has like a really good chance of being better than this episode. Did you hear Ilaria scream at the end? I felt her pain and look on Tyrion's face. Oh my gosh, man. It was just TJ Islander. The acting in this episode was amazing. Ilaria's acting was just out of this world. The scream, really, I could feel her pain too. This is why Peter Dinklage is going to get hella awards and hella money from this, and hella more acting roles. He did nothing in the scene except show his face a couple times, but all the looks on his face described exactly everything that was going through his head. This guy is literally one of the best actors I've ever seen. Every emotion he's feeling, everything is just conveyed exactly through his facial expressions. It was insane. Did Sansa lie in the books? I believe she did. If I remember correctly, she did. But the councils between all these lords and ladies, it was much more extensive in the books. I would say, if there's something you want to read in the books, it's definitely what goes down in the Vale. Because, let me think right now. Yeah. The whole part of how Lysa Arryn died, who got the blame, the suicide, everything was different in the books. So I would recommend you read that in the books, but I don't want to say it just because we're kind of running out of time. I'll just say it. It's not really a spoiler. In the books, it wasn't said that Lysa Arryn committed suicide. There was actually a bard that tried to rape Sansa when she first arrived at the Vale, and they put the blame onto him. So, yeah, that's how it went in the books. That was the saddest death I've seen on the show, next to Kate, Robb, and Ned. That was hella sad. It was hella sad, man. Like, I didn't even feel that sorry for Robb and his death. For reasons we'll get into another time, but this guy, Oberyn Martell, he did not deserve to die. Like, oh my gosh. You say the North remembers, the Sand Snakes remember. No one will get that except Brez Boy, except book readers. No one will remember that. But all I have to say, guys, is look forward to the Sand Snakes. Look forward to the Sand Snakes. Alejandro Morales' Cray episode, it was absolutely insane. It was a really, really good episode. The best episode of Game of Thrones to date, I believe. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So, just saying, guys, the Martells in general will have a greater impact on the story in the future. So don't be sad. But yeah. Remember, guys, like the video, comment if you like the review, subscribe. But if you guys have any more questions, put them in right now. I'm gonna keep this going for about like 2 more minutes. Depending on how many questions I get, I might keep it for like 10 more minutes. Who knows? But ask the questions you have now so I can answer them. And yeah, I'll just wait for any more questions to come in. If there are no more, then I'm just gonna go ahead and end it off. So the next 2 episodes will be the big battle, or is it just 1 episode? I think they might have to either split it into 2 episodes, or I don't know. But just know, guys, this episode and this season, a lot more is gonna happen. A lot more is gonna happen. Like, an amazing amount of stuff is gonna actually happen in the next 2 episodes. So be ready, and don't think this episode's the end all be all, because there's better stuff to come. As hard as it is to believe. We got another comment. Best episode, Prisoner of the Moment. I think it was the best. I don't know, man. Okay, the only episodes that can compete with this, The Tyrion trial episode was really good. The acting was really good. Battle of the Blackwater was pretty good. Finale season 1 was pretty good. There were other really good episodes, but I think this one, this ending, this plot twist was just insane, in my opinion, man. Prisoner of the moment, maybe a little bit. We'll see if I still think that in a few days. I don't know. But by next week, that might change. You guys have to be ready for next week's episode. It's going to be mind-blowing. What book is this in? I believe it's in book 3. Book 3, I think. I think it's in book 3. Don't quote me on this. Let me check. Let me check. Yeah, I think it was in book 3. Either book 3 or 4. No, it was Storm of Swords. Storm of Swords, definitely. I'm pretty sure. Storm of Swords. Yeah. Let's see. It feels like this season every episode is the best episode. Great. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying season 4, best season hands down. Every single episode brings something different and something new and something better to it, and it's amazing. So I'm smiling right now. 2 more episodes, including episode 9. Let's go. When is next Sunday coming around? I really want to see the next 2 episodes. Commonly great. Which throne season would you say was the worst? Damn, I think season 3 would be the worst. In my opinion, either season 2 or 3. But I think it's 3. I definitely think it's 3. Had to be. Yeah, it had to be 3, I think. I'm gonna refresh it again, see if there are any more questions. If not, we're gonna. Oh, there's another question. Yeah, book 3. SMX Wing confirmed it. My favorite season, and it isn't even over. You guys have no idea what's gonna happen in the next 2 episodes. It's gonna be insane. This season is going to be absolutely insane. Alright guys, but I think that's it for everything, because no more questions, and this is going on 50 minutes, so you know how it is. You know how it is, guys, but be ready for the next episode. I really oh my goodness, you guys aren't ready. You guys are not ready yet. Zoro fanboy, our hearts can't handle it. I know, man. My heart can't handle it, and I already know what's gonna happen. And you guys are gonna be even more sad next episode, and even more sad the episode after that. Oh no. Basically, if you guys have problems with feelings, if you guys can't stomach harsh stuff happening, do not drop the series right now. Drop the series right now if you can't take anything worse than this happening. Oberyn wasn't fighting for Tyrion for real, so who gives a fudge what he thought? He wasn't fighting to kill the Mountain and get the other who had something to do with his sister. Yeah, he had his own reasons for fighting. He had his own reasons, but those reasons just happened to bite him in the ass. It just happened to screw him over, his reasons. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you liked it, like the video, comment, subscribe. And yeah, that's it for this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, of course, and Pound here. See ya. Peace.